Okay, it is now 6:40 and time for the Murray City Municipal Council meeting for January 4th, 2022. All council members are present except for District 5, and that will be, hopefully, that seat will be filled within the next month. Oh, he'll join us when he's able. The mayor is present, and so we'll get started. Okay, the first bit of business is the Pledge of Allegiance, and I've asked Cindy Hales, our new First Lady of Murray, to conduct it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Cindy. Okay, we don't have any approval of minutes, and no special recognition is scheduled at this time. This is now the time for citizen comments. If you have a comment, it will be limited to 3 minutes. Please step to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and fill out the required form that Jennifer has at her desk. We have 2 public hearings, so this is not the time for the district boundaries discussion. So any citizen comments at this time? Okay. Hearing none, we'll continue to the consent agenda. There is none scheduled. Public hearings. The staff-sponsored presentations and public comment will be given prior to council action on the following matters. The first is to consider an ordinance adjusting Murray City Municipal Council district boundaries. And Brooke Smith is presenting. Brooke.
Hi, thank you for your time today. I appreciate having the opportunity to present before you, Council and Mayor Hales. Matter of introductions, my name is Brooke Smith. I'm the city recorder. And in the audience, we have Scott Burrell, who is our GIS supervisor, who worked on a lot of these maps that you'll be seeing tonight. Just as a brief housekeeping, all the maps that are being presented are on our city website, murray.utah.gov. If you do the search engine and click in redistricting, those maps will be pop up for you. So if one of the maps does pass tonight, if you're curious about what districts you are in, you can check that map out. And once it's finalized, it will go to the city council's webpage to be hosted there. So with that, just a quick reminder, I did present the proposals to Murray City Council with our recommended changes for the City Council and School District on December 7th. During the Committee of the Whole meeting, the redistricting is done over time because populations around the city become unequal. Redistricting is an opportunity for us to even things out every 10 years. Due to COVID-19, the census data in 2022 was released and signed into law 6 months later than it typically is. It was signed in November 12th. And because of the upcoming school board elections, they have 3 school boards that are up for re-election or election in District 2, 3, and 4. And with the county deadlines to redo their county precincts, we do have to finalize a map tonight so they can do their things moving forward. Unfortunately, it doesn't leave us a lot of time, but we are trying to do the best we can to accommodate other districts that are coming down the pipeline. When we met on December 7th, I presented one map and asked for feedback from the council members. It was requested to rework an area in the central north part of the city, and we were happy to do that and accommodate that request and go back to the drawing boards and find a solution that we think will meet the needs of the city council members and the city needs while staying within Utah code. Tonight, I'm presenting both maps to you and the public for review, and will ask the council to recommend one of those maps to be approved and moving forward. So just as a quick reminder, this is the current city council district boundaries. It's the 2020 or 2012 council district with the 2020 population totals. Part of our goal with redistricting was to try to even out those areas and create a map that was a little bit more succinct and equal boundaries and make it look a little bit cleaner. This was our first proposal that we saw on December 7th. And because Council District 1 had the most population, we had to remove some of the area in that district and then redistribute it into the other 4 areas. So we did that. And then with that, the population totals for Proposal 1, we have a range of a 4% deviation. So our target population total is 10,127. And we have a maximum range of 9,722 to 10,523. And you can see here the population totals of where each district will land in population with proposal number 1. Is there any questions? Okay, great. So the second proposal we did made a few adjustments. We didn't want to make major adjustments to all the city council member districts. So we kept council district 2, 4, and 5 the same. And we swapped out lands in council 1 and 3. So you can see here, we felt like the border for State Street was the cleanest refix for this proposal. So everything east of State Street would go to Council District 3. And unfortunately, this land right here, we couldn't fit in the we needed more population for District 3, so we weren't able to accommodate it all the way down. But we felt like Vine Street and Poplar, and I believe it's Cottonwood, was a natural boundary to make that cutoff. And then we swapped this land over here with Council District 1. There was a slight population change. I believe Council District 1 would receive 48 more people in the original proposal, and then Council District 3 would lose 48 people with this land swap and population swap. So you can see here our population totals. They still are very close in percent, like within the range and percentages. Again, with the Council District 3 would lose 48 people, and Council District 1 would gain 48 people. With that, do you have any questions with either proposal?
Questions for Brooke? No questions? Okay.
With that, I'd ask the council to discuss and open it up to public hearing, and then make a recommendation for which map would move forward tonight.
Thank you, Brooke. At this time, I will open the public hearing for public comment. And just to be reminded that comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Step to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and fill out the required form. Okay. I will now close the public hearing and send it to the council for a discussion or a motion.
I'd motion to adopt the ordinance adjusting Murray City Municipal Council district boundaries using option number 1.
Okay. Okay. So option number 1 would keep it the same.
It would be the first proposal.
The first proposal.
That's option number 1. Version 2 is this proposal.
Okay. So if we want number 2, so since we do have to come up with either 1 or 2,
You don't have a second that I've heard. So if you don't have a second, then that motion dies.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I will make a motion that we adopt version 2, draft number 2 of the new boundaries. Sorry. Let me go ahead and read this officially so it can be in the record. I want to consider an ordinance adjusting Murray City Municipal Council District boundaries for option number 2. Version 2.
Okay. Got it. Do we have a second?
I just want to say I thought the initial map was great, but I appreciated the change. I think it does make sense for District 1 to stay below State Street demographic wise, and I think the population makes sense distribution wise. So I will second Councilmember Dominguez's motion.
Great. I would just like to say also that I like the second one. It seems cleaner, and so thank you very much for making those. I think that's good. Brooke, would you take the roll?
Ms. Martinez,
Aye.
Ms. Cotter, Ms. Dominguez,
Aye.
Ms. Turner.
Aye. Again, thank you, Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, our second public hearing is to consider an ordinance adjusting Murray School Board District boundaries. Brooke, presenting.
Welcome again. So just as a quick reminder, we did speak to Superintendent Jennifer Covington and Richard Reese, who's this Murray City School Business Administrator. Richard was with us on December 7th and recommended the changes, and I've since spoken with Jennifer and Richard and haven't received any feedback changing the recommended maps. So tonight I will only be presenting one map moving forward. And this map was submitted to their boards, and we didn't receive any feedback from them as well. So just as a quick reminder, this is the current boundaries for the Murray School Board, and our recommended changes cleaned up a couple areas and extended council district or precinct 4 and then precinct 5 to go all the way down to our borders. And that is our recommended changes. Oh, with a quick comment, precinct 1 did have the greatest population growth, so we did have to cut the area and then redistribute the population. But this area we did have to leave in because Glo Merrill, who is the current representative, does live in that neighborhood. So we left that in there to move forward. So with that, I would turn the time back over to the council to discuss and open it up for public comment.
Thank you, Brooke. Okay, I will now open this for public comment. State your name. You probably know the drill by now.
Hi, I'm Clark Bullen. I live in District 3.
Oh,
There's no mic. I can be
Nope,
really loud.
we'll give it to you.
Yes, we need to have the mic. We're recording.
You just wanted to take away one of my minutes, Brett. I'm Clark Bullen, and I live in District 3. Is it on? Okay. And so I worked with Brooke during the election. I just want to say Brooke and the recorder's office is awesome. They do great work. She's a joy to work with, and this is great work. These maps are a great job. And I understand that the timeline was compressed due to COVID and the legislature had delays. And I mean, this was a really quick turnaround. So impressive work by GIS as well. But in general, it kind of speaks to a recommendation I would have for the city of coming up with a process that engages citizens early on in whatever discussion is happening. Something such as boundaries and where people vote and who they vote for and how their representation works would be a prime example, I think, of somewhere that citizens could have given feedback and could have engaged on if the timeline would have allowed. At this point, 3 minutes when we have to approve one of these maps today, there's not a lot of wiggle room for what citizens could suggest. But if the city adopted a process that engaged citizen feedback on the onset before a lot of staff work has been done. A lot of issues that come forward before the council has been hours and hours, like just months and months of staff work. And to change anything at the very final stages of the decision making, it's as a citizen, it feels like almost a moot point to make a comment when it seems like the decision's all but been made at that point and the work's already been done. It'd be nice to be included and invited in at the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Clark. Other comments? Okay. We'll close this portion of our public hearing and send it to the council for discussion and a motion.
I would like to make a motion. Sorry. Like, should I ask my question now or after? But I'll ask it after. I would like to make a motion to consider that an ordinance adjusting the Murray School Board district boundaries.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Is there a discussion on the motion?
No.
Okay. Brooke, would you call the roll?
Ms. Martinez?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Ms. Dominguez?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye. Thank you, Brooke. Okay, that concludes our public hearings. And we'll go on to the business items. The first is the election of City Council Chair and Vice Chair for the calendar year of 2022. Okay. So I guess I get to do this. I am the presiding officer. Nominations are now in order for Chair of the Murray City Council for calendar year 2022, and they do not require a second. So, do we have nominations for a chair?
I would like to nominate Kat Martinez for chair.
Okay. Kat Martinez has been nominated. Are there further nominations for the office of council chair? Okay, I will close the nominations. Brooke, would you call the roll?
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you, Brooke. All right, nominations are now in order for the office of council vice chair.
I would nominate Diane Turner for council vice chair.
Okay. Diane Turner has been nominated. Are there further nominations for the office of council vice chair? Okay. Brooke, would you call the roll?
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you, Brooke. All right. Now nominations are in order for Budget and Finance Committee officers for the calendar year 2022. Do we have a nomination for Budget and Finance Committee officer?
I'll nominate Rosalba Dominguez for budget chair.
Thank you.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none. Okay, would you call the roll, Brooke?
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you, Brooke. Okay, nominations are now in order for Budget and Finance Committee Vice Chair.
I would like to nominate Pam Cotter to be to serve as the budget vice chair. Sorry.
Great. Okay. Pam Cotter has been nominated as Budget and Finance Committee Vice Chair. Are there any other nominations? Okay. Thank you.
Aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. All right, that takes care of the elections. Now we are at consider a resolution approving the city council's appointment of representatives to boards and committees. Okay, so since you are now the chair of the council, Kat, would you like to conduct this?
Sure. Absolutely. So my understanding is for this one, we need to take this back to committee of the whole
Yes,
because we
because
need
of our rules.
because of our rules, and we need to come back then after committee of the whole with a resolution in order to fill these positions. So we will be, are we tabling it, moving on? Do we have an official word we need to use, GL? Schedule it. Amazing. I would like to schedule it for the next committee of the whole. I just needed a verb. Thank you. Amazing. And then Dan, do you want to do number 4, or do you want me to continue forward?
Okay, for number 3, we need to schedule when we're going to reconsider this and for the committee of the whole, Jennifer. On the 18th? Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, then we will be within our what's the term I'm looking for?
Council rules, bylaws,
Council rules,
Robert's rules, Roberta's rules.
all those things.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Now we will consider number 4, which is an order to convene a special meeting of the Murray City Municipal Council to appoint an interim city council member for Council District 5 to serve until January 2nd, 2024. GL.
Thanks. This is in some ways a matter of housekeeping. As you know, with the vacation of District 5 seat by Brett becoming mayor, we need to fill that position. And you'll recall that at the beginning of each year, we send out a notice of the meetings for the year. This one would not be on that notice, so that's why it's a special meeting. And the special meeting is planned for February 1st, I believe it is, to come back and to have those people who are interested in filling this seat be interviewed and then an appointment be made that night. And so our ordinance that talks about special meetings requires that an order be signed, whether it be by the chair, majority of the council members, or by the mayor. And in this case, it seemed, well, the other requirement is if a council member is not signed on to that, then we have to deliver to your home a notice of the meeting. So I thought it'd be just easiest to have everybody sign off on this order convening the meeting for February 1st. That's what you have in your packet. So
Okay.
That's what this is.
Okay. Do we need a motion?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Any questions for GL? If not, I would appreciate a motion.
All right. I will make a motion to consider an order to convene a special meeting of Murray City Municipal Code to appoint an interim city council member for Council District 5 to serve until January 2nd, 2024. And that meeting will be held on February 1st, correct? At 5 o'clock. All right.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Is there any further discussion on the motion? All right, Brooke, would you call the roll?
Aye.
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 Aye. All right, thank you. That concludes our business items, and now we are at the mayor's report and questions. Mayor Hales.
Well, my report is, I don't know what I'm doing, so no. We had a great meeting. We've met since our oath of office today, And there were a lot of great things discussed, but I just am more than anything, I just want to tell the council how excited I am to work with you. I'm thrilled. It's an honor for me to be able to work with you and just work together with the council office, Jennifer and Patty and Crystal and each of you council members. So I'm excited, and that's my report.
Great. I think we're all excited to have you, so it's awesome. All right, any other comments? Any questions for the mayor?
I just want to say I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see where it goes, how we can be engaged and continue what we've discussed, I think, the whole way through your journey of becoming mayor. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you too, Cindy. I know it takes a lot of support from family to get here. So thank you for you and your support and encouraging him to run. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, we are adjourned.